Alright, welcome back to the miracle that is Saladin's legacy. His legacy is, well, that we don't talk about Iktas, we don't talk about the Ayyubids, we don't talk about Husayn Kaifa, and we don't talk about Arabia. Yes, Husayn Kaifa is of course expanding right the way into Persia, as the achievement no doubt demands. Reforge the Ayyubid Empire. Well, I'm doing it how I remember, so let's not worry too much about that. So, through miracles, we managed to secure an alliance with the Ottomans even after he ripped our arse off. We've lost our core on Mush, which is very sad, and someday we're going to lose our core on our titular ex-capital Husayn Kaifa as well. It's all very sad. We are pretty hated in the Muslim world, even down in massive Gujarat. He's none too chuffed with us. That said, I kind of like him. I should probably put a lot of effort into being Gujarat's friend. See, they even respect Hanafi. So that's going to aid in getting an alliance there. Hopefully they'll turn more friendly. So I should seek that out, even if I do want to eat his land up. His... well, actually, he has Sunni land. But I have a problem. That problem is that my nation is pretty spread out, high in autonomy, weak, devastated, but we have the most professional army in the world at least, so we got that going for us. We got rebels, we've got more rebels, we have a truce with just about everybody we know, but at least we have a little bit of peace thanks to those truces, so Timmy should be okay here. Those peasants are just going to have to hang tight. He'll take back his own land, and we'll sit tight. I'm making myself some cannons anyway. What to do with our diplomat, though? I feel like I should have more claims than I do. We are going to make some on a jam, because I want more on a jam, even though I have free conquest and a few claims on him. Why am I spying on a jam, then? I'm sure I have my reasons. It would be more useful, however, to have a claim ready to rock and roll on Mushasha. Oh, I have that as well. That's good to know. Now, I do want to go to wars. I want to pretty much constantly be at war, and then again I have cores that I need to make and rebels that are going to pop. But I have a plan for that. Also, this is kind of funny. Timmy really wants to be my march. Sadly, though, I will not be doing that. I do want to integrate them soon enough. I also, although I made Iraq as my conversion machine, probably just going to give him a little bit of this and then integrate him. I can't risk the Ottomans getting the mission to consume them, so I have other ideas there. But I can't put the Ottomans, my war lapdog, to work until he's finished up with his war here, because he's kind of busy dedicating his entire army to crushing Lithuania, whilst Bohemia goes for the Bohemian conquest of Podoli. He's given it his all. The Ottomans are also integrating Crimea, so they may well make themselves another friend. Who's to say? As for us, we are pretty incapable at making friends. Nobody wants to even know us. But that's alright, we found our feet in some way. Protect against the jam, which is have more than 20 units. We are going to do that very soon actually, so I'm all for that. And yeah, we can get going. Not sure how much I want this fort. These forts are pretty expensive. I think I'd rather not pay for them for the time being. When the rebels are on their way, then I will pay for them. But at least they are mountainous forts. That's super helpful. So Shirvan is claiming my land. I'm going to want some of Shirvan's land. Ming on Russia. Conquest. That's pretty awesome. Oh, no, I'm not wanting the Ottoman land quite yet. Ming versus Russia. How's that going to go? See, Ming have utterly tanked their mandate due to a wealth of non-tributaries. Yeren and pretty much everybody down here. Oh, that's because Bengal is everybody down here. That's kind of funny. Mingplosion could be on its way. So, debuffing the Ottomans, debuffing the Ming, it's just been one big nerf package, hasn't it? Alright, hoping to get those cannons and I'll have an army worthy of Mordor. You were spying on a jam for cheaper tech. That sounds like something I would do. That sounds like something I should continue to do. That said, he's got some pretty terrific spy detection. Well, I have the free diplomat, so I might as well butter up Gujarat. I do want to be his friend. We don't share any enemies, though. Malacca. Now that is interesting. I have one question that I need to check here. I want to check something else then. Oh, wow, Ming actually took over Taiwan. What a champion. Alright, I got a colonial range of 425. Interesting. But potentially useless. Alright, so things are pretty okay at the moment. I don't want Tirkit to get sieged up here. I might just engage. I mean, I'm gonna face some Iraqis anyway. I just don't want to eat that extra... Well, you know how it is. Damn, they're well led as well. Bain Williams is gonna have a run for his money here. They even have terrific... Well, they got terrific everything is what I'm getting at. Let's just kill them though. Nah, my theoretical army could be better. There we go, at least we have a thriving arms industry. Tell you what would make them even better is having something that resembles technology. Like, they got better tactics than I do. That's the real shocker. Okay, let's take that land back. Get our armies all together. Hot chocolate isn't going to affect me that much, although I should have some sugar kicking about. Tabriz is all converted. The question is, where else can we do? I want the places that impact me heavily, and that would be Shirvan. So let's drop that edict, look at Shirvan, and it's going to be done stupidly slowly. It's fine by me. What I should really do is bring out the Ulema and smack them down elsewhere. Might just have to put them down here and go with it. Yeah, it's for the better anyway. Get it done and get it done fast. I want all of this converted. It's in my culture group, that makes life a little easier for me, but the Shias are still difficult for me to deal with, since I do not have religious ideas. Getting our cores done, checking those missions, manpower needs to recover, I'm with you on that one. But, and I'm not about to incorporate Timmy into the greater sphere. So there we go, the Iraqis actually want to rise up again. It's good that they don't defect though, that would make Iraq all sorts of rebellious. Jake, any Mamluk colonial nations? That would be kind of funny, but it seems not. The Mamluks do have a thriving Moluccas here though. It's good and bad. It's bad because they've culturally... Oh, of course it's trade company region, they want to flip the culture. And they haven't been converting it. That's kind of bad for me. I want them to convert this land. Why would they not? Economic, exploration, offensive, expansion, defensive, and it's not like they have... Huh, I'm at a loss for why they haven't converted these lands. I'm sure they have their reasons, I just can't see them. Oh well, not my concern. However, I might have use for them later on. The important thing is to catch the Ottomans when they're done with their own war, because I need to put them to work pretty fast. And I need to consider where I'm going myself. I'm sure I talked about plans that I had. I'm also quite sure that I've forgotten what those plans are. Let's revoke the Ottoman diplomat. We don't need him quite now. When will you inevitably throw the Ottoman under the bus? Well, not when my force limit is 29, and his is, I'm going to guess, 500 right now. It's going to be one of the biggest in the game. 412, so no. Not right now, but it will happen. It has to happen. There's no choice in the matter there. Mushasha I would love to crush, but they've made quite the friends here. Afghanistan I'm pretty sure was the one I said, I'm gonna crush these guys, but it's not coming together here. Multan, Mazandaran, Uzbek, Mushasha. And I want to fight Mazandaran, but they are guaranteed by Transoceania, and yeah. It's just friends of friends everywhere around here. Ideally, the Ottomans would get a new leader. He'd be militarist, he'd want Shirvani land, and then I'd go ham on Shirvan. Gotta wait on that one though. So I should really make sure that I have message settings for interesting nations when they get a new... Is it ruler? Country gets a new monarch? Yeah. Okay, so we will know. Or we'll hopefully know. Jake, you can't convert trade companies. Also, it's your game. You should know. Well, that's only if you make trade companies out of them. And... And they have. Okay, well, that's why then. Ah, greed is good. 25 Diplo, which is good, because I need that a lot. And I've been hemorrhaging prestige forever as well, so that's okay. I hope Bohemia are interesting to me. They are. It's a shame that they're not actually focusing on Poland, who are the war leader here. They need to get to work, and get to work fast. I am far from being able to call in the Ottomans using favours. I get one every 5 years because of the overwhelming difference in power between us. But that white peace with Akyunlu could end up pretty advantageous for me, since it gave me a short truce timer. I have a lot of people that I need to kill, and I have truces with so many of them. The trouble is, they are liable to coalition me when the dust has settled, and many of them are outside of the range of ever appealing to with my diplomats. I can try though. Iraq, for example, should have a much better opinion of me. I'm going to want to start integrating them when I feed them this land. The Ottomans still have to conquer Bosnia. I'm going to take that as a huge warning sign if they ever go for it, because then they'll probably take the Mesopotamian mission. Trade companies, so good though. It's a shame my capital is in Asia. I need to find a European province to thunk it onto later on. So where is Europe? Fort defense guy or Kashan? Not too worried about that. Okay, so I could conquer some Euro provinces right about here, and then move my capital over there. It's a risky place to have my capital, but that would help me get boon dollar out of the trade company regions, which I'm sure I have here somewhere. I was sure I had here somewhere. No, I guess not. Oh well. Triumph of the Ulema. Damn, this looks like I give them way too much leeway around here. And I could either give them influence or... Ooh, I don't like that influence, but I'll take it. Now what do we have here? Even before Roshanar... What's that? Roshanara married into the highest ranks of nobility. She was a multifaceted woman. So what do we enjoy then? Cheaper mill tech cost? Till 64, that's 20 whole years. I'm gonna want that. God damn, that is some cheap mill tech. I should enjoy that quite a lot, thanks. Even though the ideas are pretty good, we fleshed out our ideas, and these ones aren't phenomenally good. I mean, they're alright, but like I said, not phenomenally good. Garrison size could come in handy, but having up-to-date mill tech, that'll save lives. Especially when I can standardize uniforms. No, I don't need drill gained faster. No thanks. Okay, so why am I just pussyfooting around? Well, so many people that I want to fight, but I'm ill in a position to do so. And complete lack of allies. I've just attached myself to the Ottomans here. But once he's finished up his war here, I have some options. One is to go rushing into Akyunlu when that truce is over. What's that? Playing the courts. The Ulema have become loyal to us, or disloyal to us. But I've been, oh man, going towards legalism just when I teched up. How typical. But still, I will take it. I'm going to play those courts and play them good. Especially since it'll let me enforce adherence, but I'm not sure if it's worth 200 ducats to me. Our ruler is kinda old and mouldy. I should take advantage of it and tech up whilst I can. Yeah, that seems like the ideal thing to do. And then I can enjoy my spoils. It's almost like I thought this stuff through. Transoceania, Shirvan, Oman, of all of these guys, I'm going to wait on this, because it is pretty opportune what I'm going to do here. Meanwhile, though, I should throw an insult to somebody to get that PP up just a bit higher, because it's going to plummet down, and our lucky person is probably a jam. Except I don't have a free diplomat with which to do that. I will momentarily. Just reconquer Mush Jake. I don't have Reconquest on it anymore, so No can do. Alright, a jam, right? There you go. Oh, right, I had a truce, so that's not gonna cut it. Mushasha? Yeah, we don't have a truce. Just hurl those insults left and right. And then get back to... No, not the spy network. Let's improve those relations. Here's a question. How long is that gonna last? Syncretism, which is giving this -10, is actually gonna go away soon enough. But SOT support is also there, and the recruited Inquisitor will go away soon enough as well, so it's all okay here. They don't deserve a generous anything. The Mamluks had to give up land to Brunei, which is kind of funny, and Bohemia is now defender of the Catholic faith. They're also triumphing in this war, and I need to exploit the Ottomans as soon as all is said and done here. It looks like the war will be over soon enough. Got a fairly plentiful treasury, so it might be worth considering where to spend that manola when it comes to manufactories. Not in my subject, heavens no. Hang on. Why is it showing me? Oh, of course. Whether it shows it there or not is a different matter. None of these are really speaking to me. None of these are really speaking to me at all. I care about my capital, I just don't remember where it is. Here we go. Alright, huge development, my capital. Even though it's not worth a lot of money, it's worth it for the institution spreads in 5 years, so I will take a manufactory there. Otherwise, none of these are really speaking to me, are they? Hope I don't just have to surrender this land sooner or later anyway. Why not revoke some Alema land? Because there's no real need to right now. I mean, I guess I should do it before they start getting really cheesed off at me. Their high loyalty is what lets this go so much faster, so I actually want to keep that loyalty high. I do not like having all the Shia land in my nation. Really ruins the neighborhood. Jake, I watched Convoy and now think it a more accurate title would be Death Road to FTL. Convoy was a lot of fun, but I slept on it, and it's not without its weaknesses. I thought the writing was a bit naff. That's probably a far cry from its strengths, but I still thought that. Okay, I could actually marry Gujarat, and I do have the space with which to do so. I mean, I want to foster great relations with these guys. These are the last bunch of folks that I want to turn on me. But I want to try and get them friendly. Of course, I'd need to label one of these guys my rivals, most likely, but we're trying. We're trying our best here. It's you that's most important. Alright, so I like this, but I'd like this more if I had an even larger army. Honestly, I should be up to force limit here. So 10 cannons looks good, and I guess a couple more horses. We're still at that phase of the game. Basically, I just need to puff my chest out here, and when the Ottomans are done with their war, and Bohemia is looking like they should be wrapping up soon, I'm going to put them to work one way or another. All is pretty good for our country, at least for now. Can't you rival Ethiopia? Have you seen the size of Ethiopia? Look at them. So no, I cannot. Shirvan, the bastards, have decided to sow discontent. That's what happens when you have enemies. And I'm continuing to play those courts. I mean, I don't mind. Keeps the Ulema happy. Keeps the Ulema very happy. Timmy truce is over. Thankfully, they do not want to attack me. If they did, I'd be in a lot of trouble here. I'm just happy that they are Sunni, but I wish they would convert their lands. They seem a bit rubbish at that. I mean, I could convert their lands, but that kind of defeats the point in having these Sunni subjects. Alright, so Bohemia is starting to wrap up the war. He's making his peace. Need the Ottomans to be done with that and head on home. Now, if I had a border with Gujarat, they'd be a lot more inclined to be my friend, and then I would probably have them bum rush the Afghanis for me. That would make me a very happy man. Transoceania, I'd like to have them in my better books, but that's not going to happen realistically anytime soon. Can you ally Ethiopia? That would be suicidal of me. And wow, if they weren't hostile to me, and I can't even imagine why they are, then we wouldn't be too far off it, in all honesty. I mean, 32 might seem like a lot, but we've overcome far greater amounts to have good friends. Okay. That's as far as we get with you, sadly. I should get back to kissing some Iraqi feet as well. In my opinion of Mazandaran going up, who would believe? So the trouble is I have a lot of other truces that are wrapping up very soon. I would love to fight Mazandaran, but that alliance, those alliances and that guarantee, that scares me considerably. Okay, one of these done. I can do the other two pretty simply without needing the help of the Alema further, so I'll go for it. Then again, there's Yerevan. It's all the way over here. It's going to be tricky to do. Unless I thump the Alema onto it. I'm in two minds on that one. Well, you know what? They're not doing anything else, so I might as well have my army drill. Jake, time for more generous contributions from the merchants. Yeah, they like me enough, so why not? Cheers for the dough, friendos. They're not happy, but they'll see the funny side soon enough. Okay, Bohemia, you've won. Congratulations. You don't need to keep this going on forever. It's also good to see the Ottoman armies returning home to a degree. Embargo your rivals. I have to do it when the truce is up. Then again, I don't have a truce with Mushasha, so you make a good point. Got to keep that PP up. Although it is falling. It's falling pretty fast. Yeah, Mushasha keep doing nasty things to me. I can understand why. I just still hate them. Okay, there we go. Poland and Bohemia have now entered peace, and I'm going to want to rock and roll very soon, so I should activate my forts and get myself somewhere relatively safe. Mountains are pretty safe, and Bain William is pretty safe. So, how are we going to play this? The Ottomans are returning home. There's every likelihood that they're going to gun down Bosnia soon, or just go to war in general soon. And I need to catch that. I need to catch that fast. What do they want? Well, they want Hassa, but I foolishly enjoyed a big truce with Hassa. Fighting Hassa is very useful to me because it pulls in a jam. But that's only really useful if a jam can be made co-belligerent, which they certainly cannot. So there are things to consider here. I would love to know more about what the Ottomans plan to do, but I can't have them running around with all their armies busy there. They're unlikely to declare war with their armies not in position either, so I should keep that in mind. And I just need to catch them first. Bosnia might be Catholic. Bohemia is defender of the Catholic faith. Bosnia are far from Catholic. Who do you think is defender of the Reformed faith? Because I don't have a clue. We look at it, we go to countries, religions, defender of the faith for... nobody. It's just the Copts, the Catholics, and the Sunnis, which have defenders of faiths. Alright, that massive Ottoman army is on its way back home. So what am I going to do? Well, fortunately I took diplomatic ideas, which means breaking truce. It's a big deal, but it's not a huge deal. 3 stability can be bought back at relatively low prices. I'm all teched up as well, which is very nice. I think I'm still focusing on mill, but for all the right reasons. Towards the late game, I'm going to need an army worthy of Mordor here. So I am focusing military ideas hard. Tech 20, Tech 19, Tech 18. Very interesting. What's also interesting is that Ethiopia is allied with Malacca. This is also interesting, because I don't mind feeding the Ottomans Ethiopian land, heavens no. Especially if it's in the wrong direction. And they want quite a bit of it. What I'm saying is... No, I gotta wait for the right moment. Ah, fun! That's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted at all. I waited for the wrong moment there. Bah humbug. Oh well, at least he still really wants to do it. I wonder if he would go for Bosnia, or if he would just watch me sizzle. Oh well, what can you do? What I'm saying is there's no CB. Brunei, Bengal. Just having to consider things here. Malacca as a co-belligerent is what I'm considering here. But they're allied with Brunei and Bengal. Oh well, Bengal is utterly huge, so let's not make that mistake. There's no CB, like no CB. Isn't it nice that the game shows that it still has some challenge left for you, says Sid? Guaranteed by Hungary and allied with Hesse. The question is, maybe I want the Ottomans to be in a better situation before calling them into this war. Because now they're at war with a few folks. But they called in their good friend Bohemia, who can do a bulk of the lifting here. I want my good friends the Ottomans down here. And he certainly has the army for it. Or certainly still has the army for it. And a lot of them are in position. I'm hesitating a little bit here. Which, you know, that ain't like me. I never hesitate. When the truce of that Kyunlu is up, there'll be a truce of a lot of people that's up. You wouldn't get me anything useful. Well, whatever, let's not dilly-dally. Jake of old would not, and I shall neither. There's no CB, like no CB. I do kind of want to keep that stability though, so let's have that back, thanks. Clerical dominance kind of hurts there. There we go, Oman and Malacca join in. And jeez Louise, they have an army alright. Well, it's okay. We just gotta hang back and not die. These forts of mine are not gonna hold so well, I can feel that. Jake, you have no land connection to Oman, right? Yes and no. Mostly yes. Entirely yes. But don't worry about it. I'm not worrying about it, and neither should you. Alright, so again, I'm hoping that Bohemia does the bulk of the lifting here. I don't know how the Ottomans are going to assemble those massive units of theirs, but I'm sure they'll figure something out. Now, the Ottomans don't really want any of this land. Hissen Kaifa kinda wants a lot of this land. Who would believe? Just gotta make it clear what is mine. Saladin was Egyptian, Jake. We'll have Egypt eventually, I'm just trying to figure out how. So this allows us to get a quick look at the Omani army. It was a very quick look though. Hot damn, I missed it. You know, this is a bigger and stronger army than we had to deal with before. I really hope my Otto friend is going to be okay here. Especially since he's tied up with this.